Hi, a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles and welcome to Alton Towers. So popped in today with the family, do a few rides, and I thought what I'd do is just take 10 minutes and pop down into the garden. If you saw my previous video, you'll know that I came here around Easter time and not many things were in bloom, so I just thought we'd come down here middle of the summer and show you the sort of colours and things that come out in the garden during the summer months. So as is usual for visits to Alton Towers, it's been raining today. We've got a little break in the showers for now. Funnily enough, we were saying in the car when I came up here, I can't remember a visit to Alton Towers where it hasn't rained. If you don't know the area, it's right in the middle of the country, right next to the, I think it's the Peak District actually. Quite a hilly area, and it does attract the weather. Just walking down towards the greenhouses at the moment. See if anything's changed down here. Does appear to be some planting in the middle one. I'm going to have a quick look at that. Oh yeah, this was these were empty when we came before. You see they've put some ferns inside the greenhouse. It's quite attractive. And the lily pads are out on the pond. Again, I did show this in the previous video, but look at the canopy on the top of the greenhouse, beautiful. And then out across the gardens, because obviously there's the beautiful greenhouse again. You see how the colours, how different it is. Absolutely stunning. It was all very bleak around Easter time in April, just a few trees, the evergreens were still showing some colour, but now you can see all the different colours. Beautiful. Just walking a little bit further and then we'll walk back. I don't know if you can just make out the top of the fountain just in the centre of the screen there. There's a sort of what they call a pergola fountain, and it's just shooting the water up. So I might walk along so we can get a picture of that. Just paused here for a moment because there's a beautiful view looking out the garden with the towers just in the centre there. I'll just pan in. Fantastic. I've got my daughter with me today, walking around the gardens where I've come down here in the past. This can be quite creepy because you can see all the statues here with a vine around them, and the sort of imposing Swiss cottage in the distance there. It's when you're down here on your own, it can be a little bit creepy. Through the laurel hedges. You can see the pergola fountain through there. So the lake at the top, in front of the towers, under gravity feed, is forces water down and out through the fountain. Or at least it used to. It may be pump fed now, but that's how it was done when it was originally constructed. The gardens are definitely not as well kept as they used to be. Which is a shame, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still absolutely stunning, but they used to be absolutely impeccable. Go back 20 years ago. I think I said in the last video, these are sadly forgotten. Very few people come down here. I mean, the park has you know, millions of visitors a year, and hardly anybody gives the gardens a second glance. They look at them obviously as they walk past, and they're nice to look at from the pathway, but very few people take the time to come down and, you know, walk deeper into the gardens. Maybe you can just make out in the middle of the waterfall. Pan back out as I scan round. It's a very steep hill this we're walking up. Trying to keep the microphone away from me so you can't hear me losing my breath. My daughter laughing at me. I had this in my previous video. It's one of my favourite things to do is walk through these gates. And you're presented with the Gothic Towers. Sadly, again, the towers are closed. Come on, Alton Towers, get your act together. Beautiful building here. People want to look round it. We've just walked across the valley. This is on the far side, so behind me is again the Swiss cottage. I just thought I'd take some pictures from this view. The cranes on the top of the hill there, they're replacing the track on the Nemesis roller coaster. So you can see there's a couple of yellow cranes there. Gardens are so different from April when we came here. Very few things in bud or bloom or whatever, and certainly more leafy than it was last time. But again, you know, just the gardens aren't kept as well as they used to be, which is a shame. So my favourite roller coaster has always been, since it was built in 1994, Nemesis. And as of last year, they basically retracking it, so took out all the old track and brought in this lovely brand new track, which they've changed the colour of, and there are some very subtle differences in the way that the support's attached, but unless you're a complete nerd like me, you wouldn't spot that. But just what's interesting is there are some changes to the station. So there is a sort of wooden facade now that's appeared, and some of the upper structure has all had a fresh paint on it.